p.m. here in Nairobi. Thank you so much for joining us on News Now, where we tell you all the stories that are making headlines right now, and it starts now with the highlights. The highlights. President Ruto has pledged to implement penalties for incompetent cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries.
The failure of one sector of government affects the overall performance of government.
Our government today appears to be keen to drift further from constitutionalism.
Also, civil society organizations from Nakuru County have supported the Catholic bishops. They want the government to deliver to Kenyan. And public sector unions have urged civil servants to turn up for the ongoing public participation.
By 21st, I would just want to give my members assurance, all civil servants, that we are going to foresee an extension of service until that fund is ready.
The participation will help public servants get a medical fund. Welcome once again to this live broadcast. My name is Hibak Saeed. To start us off, following the signing of ministerial performance contracts on Tuesday at State House, Nairobi, President William Ruto has pledged to implement penalties for incompetence, carelessness, waste and misconduct of cabinet secretaries. The head of state emphasized that ministerial performance contracts are serious and resolute pledges to carry out the government's inclusive and revolutionary objectives rather than being purely ceremonial duties.
We are expected, in the context in which we exercise our mandates, to ensure that whatever commitments we make, we fulfill them, because accountability demands transparency, report back, and evaluation.
Work together towards creating the momentum that is going to make each and everyone succeed. I want us to understand that the failure of one sector of government, one department, one agency, one ministry affects the overall performance of government. And therefore, it is our collective responsibility to make sure that using the whole of government approach, that we ensure that we build the necessary momentum and also synergy so that we can succeed together.
Now, public sector unions have urged civil servants to turn up for the ongoing public participation exercise at the National Treasury, which will help provide a legal framework for the Public Servants Medical Fund. The unionists have refuted claims that the fund will be deducted from taxpayers, maintaining the fund was under the defunct NHIF and should now be transitioned to the Social Health Authority.
21st, I would just want to give my members assurance, all civil servants, that we are going to foresee an extension of service until that fund is ready.
The negotiations culminated into establishments of public servants or public officers medical fund that then will be managed by Social Health Authority. We are very clear that this particular medical fund will provide for the civil servant the services that they were enjoying prior to the establishment of SHA without loss of any benefits. And this will continue beyond the deadline that had been declared to be 21st of November 2024.
When NHF came to an end, we realized that our members were digging deep into their pocket despite actually the increased amount that we were now subscribing under SHA, we felt that that is not what's supposed to be happening, and that is against the law that we have today. And that's why we said we must have an extension of the same or a recreation of similar thing.
All right, civil society organizations drawn from different parts of Nakuru County have supported the Catholic bishop's sentiments, who called out the government for failing to keep its election pledges, as well as failing to listen to the cries of Kenyans. The society groups also faulted the Kenya Kwanza government for promoting corruption in the country. Chichi Josephine now tells us more.
Speaking to journalists in Nakuru, the civil society organizations revealed that they will continue to stand in solidarity with the Catholic bishops in calling out the current government for its failure to respect and listen to Kenyans.
The civil society in Nakuru, just like the leadership of the Catholic Church, are concerned that our government today appears to be keen to drift further from constitutionalism as opposed to ensuring that the constitution of a great republic is implemented.
Led by Paul Masasa, the group noted with concern issues of ethnic mobilization trend taking center stage, thereby calling upon the National Cohesion and Integration Commission to act on all politicians involved in the spread of hate speech.
We want to start seeing prosecutions of leaders who are involved in the crime of hate speech, the crime of ethnic contempt.
Cannot be executing the power that the constitution that we all accepted and promulgated, and then that is being used against fellow Kenyans.
Amid the persisting health funding wars, the group noted that Kenyans are still in anguish for lack of proper and quality health services, citing poor implementation of the new health scheme.
We have seen dialysis patients dying because they are not able to access services. Today you're going there and you're being told that you have to part with 10,000 to access dialysis services. We feel that this is totally unfair, and our understanding is that the more taxes we pay, the more seamless, the more quality our services should be.
At the same time, they commended the Catholic bishops for rejecting President Ruto's donations, citing concerns over misuse of church platforms and promoting corruption.
We are also asking the Catholic, the Archdiocese, to share public evidence that this money has actually been returned and received by Governor Sakaja and President Ruto.
Chichi Josephine, TV47. From Nakuru County to Kericho County, where grief has engulfed Kapkisiara area after 2 guards of a coffee factory were brutally killed by unknown persons. According to the residents, the attackers invaded the factory in the wake of Tuesday and violently killed the guards who tried to stop the coffee theft. The residents have blamed the Roret police station officers, claiming that security officers have been negligent in their job, a situation that gives thieves an opportunity to commit crimes.
It is really discouraging that we have lost 2 guys from our area because of them actually safeguarding the materials and the coffee of our farmers. And out of their work they were doing at night, they were found in a quagmire when the thieves arrived about 1 a.m. And whatever happened here is just but unmentioned. It is actually so sad that they were tied, and actually they were killed brutally by using all types of machetes and everything.
Just a while back, slightly over a month ago, we had some incident where there are some coffee beans that were stolen at Kipkelion, and this is another repeat attempt of stealing coffee beans again.
Hii sio kitendo cha kwanza kufanyika kwa factory yetu. Hii ni kitendo labda ni mara ya 3. So ombi letu kama wakulima wa eneo hii, tungependa kwanza kuanzilisha ombi letu kwa serikali kuu kuwa hii kituo chetu cha Roret tuna maafisa ambao wamekaa sana, wamesembea kwa kazi. Tungependa tufanyiwe overhaul.
Now, police in Njiru sub-county have killed Ian Omondi Achoki, alias Iano, a suspected criminal linked to motorcycle theft and armed robberies in Nairobi. The shootout occurred at Baragmo Court, Kirima, after Iano allegedly attacked the officers. Iano was reportedly involved in various crimes, including a motorcycle theft in KICC, Molem, and recently murder in Isli. CCTV footage showed him threatening a local border chairman with a gun and burning his motorcycle. Police recovered a pistol with 4 bullets, a motorcycle with plate number KMGB068L, and a Redmi phone at the scene. His wife, Stella Nyambura, was arrested to aid investigations. The residents are now urging the youth to pursue lawful livelihoods.
Kwa majina naitwa Joseph Kamau, mkazi wa hapa KCC, chairman wa bodaboda hapa fire station in Molem. Kwa hayo mambo, huyo kijana alikuwa anaitwa Iano, alikuwa ananidhirati na bunduki, alikuwa ananitafuta sana. So siku moja alikuwa mwizi wa mapikipiki, alikuwa akiiba pikipiki huko KCC, anaenda kuuza mahali fulani. So siku moja akasikwa na watu, akapigwa na mob. Lakini hiyo wakati ya kupigwa na mob, kuna watu walimsaidia na akapelekwa hospitali. So after kupona alikuja akaulizia ni akina nani walimpiga. Ndio aliabiliwa ni akina nani walimpiga, akaambiwa ni machairman wa pikipiki walimpiga na akaanza kututafuta. So kutoka hapo akachukua list ya watu wenye walimpiga na media nilikuwa wa kwanza. Siku ya kwanza kulikuwa date 24 mwezi wa 4. Alikuja akanitafuta hapa. Hiyo siku kuingia kazi. Akanikuta na pikipiki na bunduki na akanikosa. Hiyo siku kuingia kazi. Jana ndio alikuja, jana ndio ilikuwa mambo yote. Akakuja mzee kijana mmoja anaitwa Murodhi, akakuja akanielezea kuna kijana ananitafuta mwenye alikuwa ananitafuta na bunduki na akaniambia nikae lada na yeye.
Chairman na jamaa mwingine mmoja mwenye hayuko huku sasa amehamia kazi nyingine, ameacha kazi ya pikipiki. Ningeuliza hao vijana kama ni kazi waweze kufanya kazi, maana umepata hiyo pikipiki ufanye kazi. Kuachana na wizi. Juu wizi hailipi.
And in the capital, the Water Services Workers Union has supported the decision made by the board of the Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company to extend the tenure of the current managing director, Engineer Nahashon Muguna, saying that the decision is legitimate and benefits the public. WASU, led by Matilda Jabet, has criticized another workers' union called Kuwase for collaborating with some Nairobi ward representatives over the lack of a budgetary stance regarding the critical loan request of 2.3 billion Kenyan shillings meant to pay retirees. She stated that this situation could lead to poverty for water service workers and jeopardize retirement benefits for some of them.
Forever, solidarity for Nahashon Muguna is not a stranger to us. We know him as our MD. He's a good performer. He's somebody who has worked with the workers so well. Timely extension of contract of Engineer Nahashon Muguna to carry on with the management of being the managing director of Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company.
For us as workers, we will continue with our service, and that it is during the tenure of our current MD that our company is eating $1 billion collection monthly, and this one the governor had promised that we will get a consideration out of it. Of course, this is out of good service of our staffs, their effort that everyone has put across, and the governor promised that when we attain the $1 billion margin, we will get our 13th salary.
Still in the capital, over 4,000 women drawn from Movement for Empowerment and Rehabilitation self-help group have benefited from donations of more than 100 chairs aimed at helping them earn an income through renting. Speaking while donating the chairs in Dagoretti here in Nairobi, Brian's Community Outreach Initiative Director said that the drive will help women come together for constructive purposes, discouraging unwanted activities.
Tunajaribu kuempower wanawake na wenye kanyisha wa hapa ni cost PAG, na sisi tukajimudu na kidogo tile tulichonacho, tukasema tuwapatie kidogo investment kidogo, hata kama ni kidogo aje tukawapatia viti over 100 plastic chairs waweze kukodisha. Unaelewa, maeneo ya Dagoretti North constituency, unaelewa huku watu wanaishi kidogo chini, so hiyo itakuwa ni usaidizi ambao kidogo itawafikisha pahali. Kukosa kazi ni kitu moja moja mimi naelewa na najua inaanzia wapi, na ndio maana nimeanzisha Dagoni yetu scholarship which is focusing on wale watoto ambao hawakupata cut mark ya kuenda university C+ and above. Pata hiyo cut mark haimaanishi pia ni bure ama ni mwendo wazimu ama ni mjinga, ni cut mark hajapata.
All right, farmers in Narok North Sub-County are a happy lot after receiving over 14,000 kilograms of free sunlight seeds from the national government that are expected to substitute the type of crops planted in the county. While launching the distribution of the seedlings at the National Cereals and Produce Board, Narok Governor Patrick Ntutu has said that the objective of the initiative is to reduce the current cost of importation of edible oils, as the national government uses about 117 billion shillings annually to import edible oil.
Leo tuko hapa cereal, tunapeana seeds ya sunflower. Kama wakaaji wa Narok, tumefurahia sana hii program ya serikali kuu ya kwamba wako na program ambayo wanafanya pilot ya sunflowers seeds kwa wakulima, ili tujaribu sunflower. Kwa miaka mingi iliyopita, sisi kama Wakenya tunanunua mafuta ya kupika chakula kwa nchi za ng'ambo. Ni ukijaribu kuangalia pesa ambayo tunatumia kununua mafuta ya kupika chakula, ni pesa nyingi sana serikali yetu inatumia kulete mafuta ya kupika chakula. Ndiposa wakati serikali yetu kuu, Mheshimiwa Rais aliposema ya kwamba ama wale ambayo wanaangalia mambo ya farming wameona ya kwamba tuko na rutuba nzuri hapa hasa kwa Narok County na kwingineko kwa Kenya, ambapo tukipea farmer seeds waweze kwenda kupanda, haina haja tena tulete ama tununue mafuta ya kupika chakula kwa nchi zingine.
All right, parents and guardians have been advised to encourage their children to embrace reading culture, which may help in prevention of addiction to their mobile phones. Speaking while launching his last-minute adrenaline book here in Nairobi, the president of the Africa, Asia, Middle East Chamber of Commerce, Peter Mutinda, said not all materials accessed through the internet are of the right quality, saying young people may be influenced to access immoral websites which may affect their social lives. Mutinda describes his book as a reflection on those high-pressure moments when people find themselves racing against time to meet deadlines. The event was graced by Music Copyright Society of Kenya's CEO Ezekiel Mutua.
It's just a reflection on those moments when we find ourselves racing against time. In fact, it's much more than that. The book encourages us to harness the power of the last minute early. It challenges the common notion that we must wait until the final hour to make critical decisions, reminding us that the real opportunity lies in our ability to act decisively.
The national government has unveiled an ambitious program to reclaim Kenya's position as a leading coffee producer in Africa. This comes as the country grapples with a significant decline in coffee production over the past 2 decades. Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya, speaking during a public sensitization forum in Lukuyani constituency, emphasized that the government is committed to enhancing the capacity of cooperative societies to educate farmers on the economic benefits of coffee farming. Ethiopia currently holds the top spot as Africa's leading coffee producer, but Kenya has to challenge this position by revamping its coffee sector through the new initiative.
Kenya hapo zamani ilikuwa mbele kuliko Uganda. Sasa ile iko number 1 Afrika mzima ni Ethiopia. Namba 2 Uganda. Kenya tuko hapa namba 7, namba 8. Lakini miaka 20 iliyopita Kenya ilikuwa namba 1. Nini ilifanyika?
of it inakuanga pale kwa shamba kwa mambo za production, kwa sababu the more kilos you have, the better the quality, the more money you have.
This is an economic revolution. It's an economic revolution. Uchumi ya watu wetu itabadilika. Na mimi nakuhakikishia waziri kwamba mimi nitatembea na viongozi wengine na hawa wakulima na cooperative zetu kuhakikisha kwamba hii mambo ya kahawa take off.
Kahawa iko na pesa. Na pana pesa dola. Sema dola. Hakuna kilimo Kenya watu wanalipwa kwa dola isipokuwa nini? Na nyinyi musibaki.
Right, Kirinyaga Governor Njiru has told off those who expect that she will be retiring from politics in 2027. That while addressing in an event in Kerugo, Njiru insisted that she will not be retiring from politics even after her term comes to an end in 2027. Reports indicate that there is a looming impeachment process to remove her from office. That is the Kirinyaga County Assembly Majority Leader, who is an ally to Governor Njiru. The UDA party has now called for a consultative meeting with MCAs who until then, Daniel Kibinga, continue to hold office. The party is scheduled to give directive come 28th of November.
That Bishori rice earns our farmers in excess of 25 billion shillings every year. Every single year. So if you're thinking where should you open a branch, I'm giving you the hints without telling you where. You know, for me, I need to get the votes from everywhere. You know, there are people who have been saying, Governor Namaliza, alafu anaenda nyumbani. No, amwirendra inoka. No, amwirendra inoka. Niene huwa na modo wako inoka.
Residents of Milalulu and Makere in Galole constituency, Tana River County, have urged both county and national governments to improve healthcare services in rural areas. Led by Senator Danson Mungatana, they expressed concerns over a lack of essential medicine and services in local hospitals, which have particularly affected patients and expectant mothers. The community emphasized the urgent need for more health centers to be built and for better healthcare infrastructure to ensure that medical services are easily accessible in remote areas.
Mnapigania mambo ya ajabu ni kwamba
maternity haifanyi kazi. Na hiyo referral hospital wananchi wana complain. Hata wakienda kwa referral hospital they don't get medicine. Tunataka county government kwa sababu health iko kwa governor. County government they must do their work. Wafanye kazi. Wananchi wa Tana River wapate services za health. Ni aibu leo kwamba Tana River mtu unapewa referral ya kwenda Garissa. Mtu unapewa referral ya kwenda Kilifi County. Na sisi tunapata pesa. Ni aibu ya kwamba Lamu hapa wakitaka kupeleka wagonjwa wao na ambulance hawaitishwi pesa, lakini sisi tunaitishwa pesa hapa. Sisi tunataka usimamizi wa sekta ya afya kwa upande wa county government ubadilike na uimprove ili wananchi wa Tana River wapate services za huduma.
A cross-section of women representatives from various counties in the country have condemned gender-based violence, saying it is retrogressive and discriminatory. Speaking at Gesieka Market in Kitutu Church in North Kisii County, the women representatives singled out FGM, teenage pregnancy, early marriages and murders as the ills that have costed the life of girls and women. The women representative for Elgeyo Marakwet, Caroline Ngeleche, noted that women are capable of performing equal tasks as men and should be considered as such.
Hiyo ni mila na tamaduni ambazo tulizipata na zimepitwa na wakati. Haileti sukari kwa nyumba ya mtu, haileti mali kwa boma ya mtu, haiongezei mwanamke akili. Tumesikizana hivyo? Tutawacha hiyo mambo ya ukeketaji? Tutawacha kukata wasichana wetu? Na nyinyi wanaume tafadhali, nataka niwasihi na niwaombe, mpende wasichana kama vile Mungu nyumba.
Watu wetu wakina mama wanadhulumiwa sana, na hiyo kwa vile tumekaa hapa wajumbe, tunapanga tunaenda kuweka bill lokali kali kabisa. Ukipatikana umedhulumu mama ama mtoto mdogo, wewe unaenda kabisa.
Now, political parties in Kilifi County have started grassroots mobilization and registration of the youthful members to prepare ground for future elections. The Orange Democratic Movement ODM party youth leaders and Pamoja Africa Alliance officials have been crisscrossing constituencies in the area to rally residents to their respective outfits. In Rabai constituency, the youth led by Duale Saburi and Irene Mapenzi have said that they have endorsed Wanji for the position after getting knowledge of development projects he was doing for the youth in Ganda Ward.
Na chama cha ODM kuna kijana ambaye amejitolea ili kuweza kusimama na vijana, si mwingine ila ni Oscar Wanje. Huyu kijana huyu tumeahidi kumshika mkono, tutasimama pamoja na yeye ili aweze kututetea sisi sote kama vijana wa hapa Kaloleni.
Na tumeamua kumchagua kama Mohamed Simba kama kuwa chairperson wa Rabai Kisurutini Ward constituency. Second thing, tumeamua pia kubadilisha, tumchague kama Oscar Wanje kuwa kama youth chairman wa Kilifi County.
Ukihitaji kuwa member katika police station, lazima uje na watu wako wale wafuasi wa chama. Kitu cha kwanza, hutapiga kura kama wewe sio nini mwanachama.
Sasa hii tumekuwa na independent